He can do it though. So the thing, let God lead you in all your ways, which was a perfect thing if you ask me, because that draws the question of you asking yourself, who are you following? Is you following such and such on Facebook? Or is you following John Doe on Twitter? Or is you following Jesus Christ? Who are you following? Who are you giving most of your time to? Because the commandment tells us that have no other gods besides me, Jesus Christ. So we have to ask ourselves, who is we following? Because a God can be too much TV. A God can be too much time on your phone. A God can be too much music that you're listening to. Then you get to serving that God. And then you start not understanding what is going on when the Lord, because you got to be able to hear his voice for him to even guide and lead you. If he don't hear your voice, if you don't hear his voice, then he can't lead you and tell you which direction to go. It's just like sheep. Sheep doesn't follow what their shepherd does. The sheep follow the shepherd by the voice. He hears their voice and then he follows them. See, us as true believers and sheep, we're going to listen to the Lord's voice, and then he's going to be able to lead us. That's right. I looked up the word understanding. And the word understanding in the dictionary said the ability to understand something, comprehension. So it made sense to me that if we're leaning on our own understanding, then we're living in a false sense of hope, because we can't comprehend what's going to happen tomorrow. We can't comprehend and understand what's going to happen when we leave this door right now. That's right. So the understanding that we lean on, that's our own understanding, we're living in a false hope. And then going to the scripture, from it was Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5. It said, trust and rely confidently on the Lord with all your heart. See, sometimes what we do is when things start to go wrong and things are not going our way, we start to get frustrated and we start wanting to give up because we don't understand. And we're not trusting and relying confidently we're not trusting and relying confidently on the Lord with all our hearts. We start going to doing other things, and it might be smoking, or it might be drinking, or some type of self-meditating strategy that we go to, because we're not understanding what's going on and we're not fully trusting in God. See, a lot of us say that we are children of God, but he said the children of God, they will obey my word and my commandments. So when times get rough and we start to stress out and the pressure start to come on us, that means that is the time where we need to stand on the word. It's impossible to please God without faith. So we can't say we have faith when trials and tribulations come and the mountains get in front of us and we don't stand on the word and trust in God wholeheartedly with all our heart and with confidence, because that's when we going through them type of things, that's when it's time for us to trust in them. That's when the real faith come out. When the rent is due and the light bill is due and the car note is due and you don't know what you're going to do next. See, that's when we supposed to trust in them wholeheartedly and with confidence. Not when everything going good, not when you got a pocket full of money, not when just everything going smooth the way you want it, because that's what you understand. You got a false understanding of that's the way it's supposed to be. See, the trials and the tribulations is what mold us. God, he can't come down here physically and tell you, hey, you need to do this or you need to do that. No, so he used the situation. He used the circumstance to mold you. And see, a mistake is only a mistake if you ain't learned from it. Other than that, it's a lesson. That's just like what we go through. Come on now. If you don't learn from it, that's when you're doing it in vain. But other than that, you being shaped by that, because it's going to build your faith. And if you standing on this word and trusting him confidently, when these words tell us, know that I am God, sit still and know that I am God. When the scriptures say stuff like, for I know the plans that I have for you. Those are the time that we need to enlighten those scriptures and stand on that and understand that. See, he has already gave us equipped us with the necessary tools that we need to get past these things that's breaking us down. He gave us the helmet of salvation. He gave us the breastplate of righteousness. He gave us the belt of truth. He gave us the shoes of peace, the sword of the spirit, and the shield of faith. So when the fire and darts come at us, we'll know how to dodge them and fight in this spiritual war. See, we need to understand that it's a spiritual war. If you don't understand that you ain't in war, then when the battle comes, you're not going to know what to do. He say, trust and rely confidently. The scriptures, it just stands for God's word written down. So when we read these words and we read this Bible, it ought to be grabbing our soul and our full attention. And it should just make us rejoice knowing that he say, my word will not come back void. And going down, it says, the scripture tells us, and do not rely on your own insight or understanding. See, he's telling us these things for a reason. He just wasn't just writing a Dr. Seuss book. He said, no, this is the book of a life. It's not red fish, one fish, blue fish, one fish, two fish. He said, no, I'm making you fisher of men as fish, and this is the truth. This is what he's telling us. See, a lot of us slip off and we fall off because I don't care if you're a pastor, a deacon, and whoever you is. If you think you the Pope, you don't have that much power. You don't have that much control. Each and every day, if you don't get your daily manna and you try to wake up and lean on your own understanding, then you might just go down a one-way street that day. See, he told the Israelites, he said, look, when you go out there and collect manna, just get one bowl. Just get enough for one day.
That's right. That's right.
And the ones who gathered up more than they was supposed to get, it spoiled on them. See, they felt comfortable and they thought that they didn't have to lean on God and trust God no more because they had enough manna. No, each and every day you need a fresh bowl of manna. You can't live on and lean on your own understanding. You got to wake up and say, God, I don't know what's going to happen today. My flesh is weak. I don't care if I've been pastoring for 50 years. If I ain't walking in the spirit, the devil's going to be right around the corner waiting on me. And that's why all these pastors falling off, because they think they somebody when they got full control. But see, they forgot that they don't have no control. Jesus said, God said, I am the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end.
That's right.
At an hour like this, pastors is getting exposed. False Christians is getting exposed. Sheep's in wolf clothing is getting exposed. See, that's what got Frank Lucas called his fur coat.
That's right.
They noticed this fur. A lot of sheep, they fur gonna start getting noticed at an hour like this. That's how he got popped off. And do not rely on your own insight or your own understanding. So when something is going on, that's why he say, look at me. Trust me. Seek thy kingdom first, and everything else will be added on to you. So in a situation when we going through the fire and the flames, see, we might go through the fire, but the flames will never touch us. Because we dealing with a mighty, powerful God. The flames will never touch us. The Lord has told us, when you're going through these things, look at me. See God in the situation. Oh, they said they going to demote me or I might get fired. Is you going to say, oh, I need this job, what I'm going to do? I've been working here, how they going to do me like this? Or you going to rejoice and get happy and say, oh, the Lord got another job coming for me. He about to give me a promotion. See, that's what I call looking at God. That's what I call not relying on your own insight and your own understanding. See, you don't know what's going on, but all you know that if you keep faith, there's something positive going to come out of it. Something positive gonna come out of it. We need to understand every day we dealing with a powerful God. And we ain't just gathering here for no reason. No, we meeting with the Lord. His presence is here. And he's doing something mighty and powerful.
Yes, sir.
I don't know about you, but I don't want to lean on my own understanding. I'd rather trust in somebody who knows what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen. You can ask my wife. He built the whole universe in 6 days and rest on the 7th. I don't know about you, but I'd rather put my trust in him. I ain't putting my trust in my own self because I can't even, it take me 6-7 days to write a paragraph and edit it. He said, in all your ways, know in the knowledge and recognize him. See, once we got chosen and we accepted this calling and we got serious and said, this is what we gonna do, we ready to ride out, Lord. Let's go. Whatever's whatever. Just take me through it and I'm ready. Once you said that, you need to understand that you stepped into the battlefield. We was training. We went through boot camp. And then he said, okay, I'm going to put him in the battlefield. He taking pictures with all the weapons like he know how to use them. When we get in the battlefield, let's see if he know how to aim them right. It's a spiritual battle and a war that we in. So on the job, we need to acknowledge him. When we by ourselves, we need to acknowledge him. We need to do the same things that we do behind the walls when we by ourselves. It's called spiritual integrity. Hey, I might not see you, but I bet you I know who can. He's the master of hide and go seek. He gonna find you every time. He never lost a game. So when something ain't going right and when something is wrong, we need to acknowledge God. When the world and the enemy knows you're a child of God, so he's constantly throwing situations your way because he know you're not too spiritually inclined, and he's trying to get you to backslide and go back and go back to your old ways. We need to know this and acknowledge and recognize him in all situations and know that if I am a child of God and I say that I am a true believer, I don't care what's going on. It's happening for a reason. The gold got to go through the fire. Then when it come out, it's purified.
All right, now say that.
If we gonna understand, what I need you to understand that when you on your job and your employees is getting on your nerve, that person that's constantly getting on your nerve, if you want to understand something, I need you to understand that we don't battle against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities. I need you to understand that when the light bill due, I need for you to remember that he is the light. See,
Come on now.
I don't think they hear me, Holy Spirit. Recognize him in all the ways. All of our ways. See, once we get that, then a sense of comfort come over us. A sense of peace come over us. Anything can happen and you can just know that the Lord has given me all the power to trample over serpents, scorpions, and serpents. He gave me all the power to tell that mountain go ahead and throw yourself in the river right now. And he said, if those who do not doubt it, it shall be done for them. But see, what we need to understand though is patience. That's what before it get done. If you keep the patience, then eventually it's going to come. Hey, how can you lean on your own understanding when the Lord has told us, my thoughts are not your thoughts, my ways are not your ways? So why would I go in a way that ain't his way? And like you said, it might be a one way that might end up at a dead end. You can't even back up and do nothing once you're in a dead end. He know what I'm talking about. He know what I'm talking about. He say, the Lord is good. We have all the power. We need to start exercising it and understanding him and not us. Once we start exercising the authority and the power that he has given us, then that's when healing gonna start flowing through. That's when the blessings gonna start coming in. That's when these evil spirits and demonic forces, they gonna have to flee. Because when you come in the room, light shall be shined on darkness. My man said, come as you are. And I agree with come as you are. Because when the light come through, I don't care if you just got on boxers and some house shoes. The Spirit is going to shine upon all darkness. He said, and he will make your path straight and smooth, removing obstacles that block your way.
Thank you, Lord.
Did y'all hear that? And he will make your path straight and smooth, removing obstacles that block your way. Notice, he never said it wasn't going to be obstacles. He never said it wasn't going to be trials or tribulations. But he said, I will remove them. I will remove the obstacles that block your way. So that means that we have to have patience and understand, stand still, and know that he is God. And that problem that keep on trying to weigh you down, and that stumbling block and that burden, he said, show me a little bit of faith, and then I'm going to remove that obstacle. First, you got to show me that you want it removed. See, when we read in this word, we need to take these words into their full context, because it's power in these words. See, it becomes the living word through you. Because once you take it in and start reacting and doing what the scripture is telling us to do, now you're the living word. They say that love conquers all. So if you moving, if people won't see God in us, he got to see the love. See, love conquers all. If you ain't got no love, then we can't display his glory here in the natural. We got to have the love and forgive. Once we forgive, then people can see the Lord right from you.
Yes, sir.
Right from me.
Yes, sir.
He said, I used to have problems with him and he just dropped me off. I ran into an enemy. He said, oh, what's up? What you want? What you want? I said, man, calm down, man. God is good. He said, God is good. I said, yeah. Said, what you been up to? He said, I ain't been up to nothing. Blood, what's up? I said, man, ain't nothing up. God is what's up. That's what I'm trying to tell you right now, my brother, that I'm no longer in here like this. But I was shaped and molded and discipled, and now he ran me into you right now, and you thought you was still an enemy, but now I'm displaying love, and I'm showing you how God is, and I'm showing you what God is, because God is love. And then I said, get in. And he thought it was a setup. I said, man, I told you God is good. He got in, I preached to him. He said, man, I'm going to have to come check out the church. I said, I told you God was good. Dropped him off and rolled off, praising God. We got to trust in God and do not lean on our own understanding was the perfect thing, because, like I said, we need to ask who we're following. Understand that once we got saved, that means it was time to get the job done. It wasn't time to go sit in the break room. No, it was time to get to work. We have a job to do. Matthew 28, the Great Commission. And we have a job to do. It ain't time to clock. It ain't time to sit in the break room or clock out. No, it's time to get to work. And understand the work comes with a task. So we have to get ready to tackle the task. We no longer of this world. See, we in this world. See, we in this world, but we not of this world. We not of this world. So we no longer got to do what the world do. But we do got to mingle with them. But the Bible said if you step over here to pull one over, don't stay over there too long, because your wings might become them. So you need to grow on over there and try to pull back many as we can and get back over here. So when the obstacles come, you need to know, praise your obstacles. Praise your stumbling blocks, because you're being molded by them obstacles and stumbling blocks. And God is preparing you to do something mighty and something powerful. But first you have to soldier up, accept the calling, push through it, come out the fire, dust it off, and keep on moving, and run back in the fire. See, don't just come out the fire, though. Run back in the fire, and then come out with 2 more. And then so they can run back in and come out with 4 more. See, understand, we got bills and all. He's going to take care of that. He said he's the provider. I will never leave you or forsake you. Are we standing on that word? Are we understanding that? Are we continuing to do what this word is telling us to do? Or are we fake playing Christian, being phony, being fake, and then tripping over the stumble block because we ain't had an armor on like we said we was, and we wasn't using utilizing and doing it like we were supposed to be doing. Fake Christians ain't gonna last, because when you half step, you trip and fall on your face. I'm telling you, some of us got a few dents in our armor. I got a few dents in my armor. I take a few shots every once in a while. But then the Lord, he comes down, and then he put hot water on the arm. He put hot water on my breastplate, and then that little trick to pull the dent out, he do all that, and then he get me back even when I'm sad. Sometimes I walk in the house and I got my helmet of salvation in my hand, and my head is just down. And then the Lord, he puts me back in, and he shine my armor back up. And then he say, put your helmet back on. I ain't called for you to fall. I ain't called for you to slip and shake and give up. And then he kicked me. I'm telling you, it's been times that my armor was sounding like the Tick Man. I was walking around tick, 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 like the Tick Man on Wizard of Oz. But then the Lord gave me that fresh anointing, and he dripped the oil from my head. It started to drip down my armor. And after that, I got greasy again. And then he kicked me, and I fell back out. And I went back, and I was no longer squeaking. I'm trying to tell you that God will shine you up. Don't shine your armor up. He said, get back to the battlefield. He said, why you think you beat them cases? He said, why you think you ain't sprung out on drugs? He said, why you think the car accident didn't kill you? He said, why you think the slugs missed you? He said, why you think that, y'all don't hear? He asked me why. I said, I don't know, but I'm getting back out here. God is good. Lean not on your own understanding. The Bible said that men will fail you every single time. We ain't got no time to be playing out here. Whoever's here was meant to be here. God is doing something. Whatever he do ain't in vain. Everything come together. We need to soldier up and understand that God is God.
All by itself.
It's okay to feel weak sometimes, but don't let it wear you down. When the enemy tell you you can't, you need to tell him you can. When he say you ain't, you need to tell him you will. We need to start fighting. The enemy want to throw fire and darts at us. He want to bring down our family members. See, guys, we need to understand that God saved us, not for us to be selfish with the grace.
That's right.
Not for us to be selfish, but to spread it. To spread it. We got family members that's still on drugs. We got family members that's still gangbanging. And they looking at us because the church got just a image of just being hypocrites and all that. See, a lot of them is. But what I'm saying is, it is a chosen fruit. It is a chosen bunch. It is a particular bunch that's really riding out for the Lord and are doing what he has called them to do. See, those is the ones that need to stand out. He said, how can you put a lamp on a table? You don't put a lamp under the table. You put it on top so it can shine everything that's around it. We ought to salt up the earth. So we need to be speaking, moving, and talking, and praying, and doing everything we need to do. That's what God has called us to do. To not lean on our own understanding. Sometimes it ain't going to feel comfortable. Sometimes it's going to be, sometimes it might bother you and shake you up a little bit. But we need to understand that the flesh is weak. So every morning we need to jump right up in the spirit. The flesh gonna let you down. I don't care how long a person been preaching. I'm telling you right now, it does not matter. If you wake up and you don't throw on that full body armor, you're going down. Especially if you say you somebody who's serving and living for God and you want to do that. Okay, let's see if you still gonna serve him when that lust start coming around. Let's see if you still gonna serve him when them urges start coming around. I'm telling you, we must keep pushing, keep fighting, and repenting daily.
Yes, sir.
Daily. Ooh. All I don't know about the future. I don't know about yesterday. I don't know about none of them days. Because it's not up to me to understand it. Because the definition said to understand, you must comprehend. I can't comprehend when I don't know what's going to happen. So all I know is forget tomorrow.
Yeah.
Forget yesterday.
Well.
You know why? You know why, Pastor? Because this is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. That the Lord has made. And I will rejoice. I will rejoice glad in it, and be glad in it. Yeah, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. Hey, I'm like my brother right here. He like, I don't do the singing thing. I'm like, I don't sing either. I ain't never sung a song in my whole life. I'm like him, man. It's different tools. I mean, a screwdriver can't do what a Philip do. I mean, I'm just like a flashlight. I just shine some light on you or something like that. Shine to the world. I ain't a singer either, but God is good. God bless.